Hey guys, Kitty Girl Nix here. This is a look that I have done for you today. Told you I was going to bring you guys a nice little springy look here. I did not use my the NYX shadows that I showed in my haul. I didn't want to. I did use them, but I came to find out that the yellow and the lagoon color, they were really hard to kind of blend in, so I ended up just using 2 out of the colors and then using the skinny dip, and you'll see a tutorial for that as well if you haven't already watched it. But anyway, this is the look that I've done here for you today. Kind of like a turquoisey and purple cut crease with some blue, and then of course got the pink underneath with a little bit of gold, yellow gold. So and that was using my lovely palette here, Kitty Cosmetics. And of course I also did some contouring and highlighting, if you can see with my lighting. How we looking? What do we think? Oh, it looks good in this light. I did use my Ruby Kisses HD banana powder that I advised you guys of in my last haul, so came out pretty good. I like it. So, but I still like my banana powder, but either way, it works pretty good. To kind of do a how-to on how to successfully blend your colors and blend your eyeshadows. That was one thing as far as for me when I first started doing my makeup. I had a hard time blending my colors. Like I used to just put the color on and then that was it. I didn't blend. It was on there and that's what you got. Keep in mind, I also didn't really wear a lot of makeup. I used to just, because I was so afraid, because my skin is so sensitive at times, that I was afraid to even put makeup on, like so. But I came to find out that there are, of course, a lot of products out there that are, good for, people who have, sensitive to dry skin like I do. And it just kind of made me feel a little bit more comfortable wearing makeup. So as you can see, I am now full blown in all my glory, and now I can wear as much makeup as I want. But just to touch on how to blend colors, the one thing that I learned, or how I taught myself how to practice, is with this right here, my hands. What I did was, especially with learning how to do and how to blend out a cut crease, as you can see that I've done, it's so lovely on my eyes. Basically, I use the creases that are found in your hands. You have natural crease lines in your hands. So what I did is I would take, just pick a color, just pick any color of your choice. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular or anything like that. But what I did was I'll just work from here. I'll just work from my neutral palette for today. And then what I would do is I would take the darkest color in here, and normally when you're doing a cut crease, you can do a cut crease however you want to. You can use a cut crease, you can make it with an angled brush like this, or you can use one of these here, which is like a fine tipped crease brush like this. Or just creating the crease, you can use, of course, any eyeliner or whatever you want to use to cut your crease. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just however you want to start your look out, that's what you do. But for me, when it came to practicing and getting better at doing it, I used my hand, and I'm going to show you how I did that. So what I would do is I would pick a color. So let's say I would take this, let's take this brown here, and then I would take my little brush that I got, I would dip the tip in like so, just only the tip, not the whole thing, just the tip. You want the product on the end of the brush. And then what I would do is I would take my hand and I would just pick a crease out of my hand. So normally I would pick this type of crease here because it kind of looks kind of like how your eye goes into kind of like a half little crescent. So basically, I'm going to zoom in here so that way you guys can see. So taking my eyeshadow, and then what I do is just lightly follow the line in my crease line. It's not nothing hard. Just take the product and follow the line, if you guys can see that. Just do it like that. And then once you get to the end point, you don't put any more product on the brush. What you do is just basically, I'm going to do it like this actually, to make it look better. So just taking the brush, and you're just taking the brush and just the tip only. And another thing is that when you are doing your crease, you don't want to take the brush and go like this and press in, because what you're doing is you're putting more product here and it's going to be too much. It's going to smudge out. So you want to keep it on the point and lightly, not heavily, you know, like going in your eye. Like, don't find your crease and then just start digging in. You want to lightly just go over it. Not a big deal. Not too much going on. Just a nice little whisper. That's it. So, and then basically what you'll notice is that the more you keep swiping, and sometimes, you know, you don't have to go windshield wiper like I do. You can go in circles to blend it out like this, or windshield wiper motions is fine. And as you can see, as I'm blending out, and again, this is no more product on the brush. That's it. Just whatever you got is gonna blend out on its own. And just keep going and keep going until you get your desired blend out. And as you can see, I kind of have like a perfect blend coming out of the crease of my hand. And then the next thing is like when you want to deepen the crease, which means you want to add a darker layer going right here. You're in the same area, but you want to keep it concentrated here. That way you have that radiant effect going on. So take same brush again. Now I'm going to take a black, well, it's kind of a black with like some red sparkles in it. And again, just the tip of the brush, not the whole thing, just the tip. Take off a little bit of the excess, and then do it again. But this time you're going to stay right on that line. You're not going to take it up any further than where it needs to go. Just concentrate it right in here. Oh, this is so hard, me doing this on my right hand. I'm trying to see. So, you can see that. You can see how it's darker here, and then it radiates upward like that. And then, of course, the key to always making sure that everything is blended out well, and that makes sure that the colors, it's kind of like you want to create the illusion that one color blends into the other. You don't want to have a gap or a stoppage in one color and then the start of another. So when it comes to, again, practicing with blending, and then what you want to do is you want to take a nice little fluffy brush like this, nothing too thick, and you don't want anything like this to be blending. Like, this is real tough and tight and not much give to it. You want to have something like this, something really loose and flexible. And then basically you just go over what you did, but starting from the top, and again, light touches. Don't dig in and go like this. You don't want to dig in and go like that. You want to keep the brush here and just do little feathery little swirls or windshield wiper, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, until you get something that kind of looks like that. And then of course with the highlight, take any highlight color. I'm just going to take a plain old color here, just something to practice on. And then I will take it on the end of the blending brush. So as you can see, I don't have a lot. It's not that much. You really don't need that much in order to get that effect. And then you take that color right above where your brow, where you imagine where your brow bone would be on your hand. And basically you take that color and then windshield wiper motions, blend that into the top portion of the first color that you used. So I'm just swiping that through, and you can basically just do it on your hand like this. Just go and just look at it, and then just go back and forth until you get the desired look of how you want it to look. And before you know it, you will see that you basically created a somewhat smoky eye, a cut crease smoky eye on your hand. And then you basically can transition that onto your eye. Now the way I did it for myself, again, I did a lot of practice of just the technique of, you know, the light strokes and knowing where to deepen that color and then where to radiant it out. A lot of times what I will also do, and what you see other beauty gurus do when they do their makeup, is they will take just a basic lid or transition color in your socket bone. Now your socket bone is basically, if you take like a pen or something and you just go right in here, that bone you feel right there, that's your socket bone. My socket bone is way up here. So when I do a cut crease, I have to make sure that my line starts from outside of my lid, because my lids are kind of hooded in a way. So whenever you want to, you know, start a cut crease, depending on your eye shape. Again, everybody's eye shape is not the same. If in a perfect world, that would be nice, but no. But when you are doing that, yeah, just make sure that, you know, you find. What I like to do is, when I find my socket bone, or when I want to start my cut crease, is basically I just take a pen like this, and wherever I feel that little nudge right here, that's where I start my line. And then in light little strokes, I take a pencil and just start from the end, and then I would stop in the middle. Because a lot of times when you are putting on, using eyeliner to cut your crease, you kind of get that skin pulling. So you don't want your skin to pull, and that of course will cause it to, you know, skip and things like that. So when you notice that it's not a smooth transition, just stop, and then you go into the corner part of your socket bone, which is like right in here. You know, you can take a pen or something, or the end of your brush, and you feel where your eye, where the socket of your eye, and kind of like in that little nookie area, you're going to take the line right here and then just make soft little strokes and then meet it in the middle. And that's how you can basically start out your cut crease. So this is just something a little quick that I thought I would express to the world and express to you all. So hopefully, you know, that helps. I'll do some other, you know, tutorials on some little tricks that I learned just from me learning how to do my own makeup myself. Of course, you know, I watch all my nice little gurus and everything, but the only way that I feel to really know how to do the makeup how you like to do it is for you to practice on yourself. Using your hands is a good tool to practice on, even on the front, back, whatever. I would say my trick of using the crease lines in your hand to kind of give you a starting point on how to blend out from a creased line. And then that way, when you actually do it on your own eye, it'll be easy peasy. So, again, hope this helps you guys. Hope you enjoyed. And you know, love, peace, hair grease, salutations, and all that. So until next time, Kitty Girl Nick signing out.
Peace.